I've been on a quest to balance both freedom and growth. And I've always asked the question, how do we work less yet create more? Whether or not that's creating more time, wealth, and freedom. This is what I've been thriving for. Hi, by the way, I'm June, like the month, and I'm going to break down what makes a hack truly transformative for you. Now, you might have heard I have a free download called the 33 Hacks, and I've been refining this over multiple versions. And I think the first one came out over a year ago now. And I try to make sure that each and every tool or practice that I've mentioned in here is truly helpful to you. I'm not just going to be jumping into random tips. It's really structured around the philosophy behind what makes it truly helpful to you and what you should also classify if a tool works for you or not. So let's get into it. These are some points that I want to run through today. So the first being that it definitely saves you time and energy. So this is the ultimate factor of whether or not a hack or a tool can help you. Now, these best hacks are the ones that give us time back. It's the one that really focuses on time as a resource. Any tool that allows us to do something in less time is absolutely gold, in my opinion. These are tools that reduce time on repetitive tasks. Maybe they integrate some form of automation, or they just make a process that once was bulkier or have a lot more steps into a simplified way. And it allows you and facilitates you to integrate that into your workflow as well so that you're eliminating any unnecessary effort. I absolutely encourage the daily use of these into your routine, even for life and work, so that it allows you to create a much more efficient workflow. The next point I have is simplification. Simplification is just if a hack or a tool is too complex, you're not going to be able to use it. And that is why things like ChatGPT has been so revolutionary because it's so easy to use. All you're doing is asking it a question and it gives you the answer, silver platter, and it figures it out for you. That's the usability of it. It's the ease of it. I think this part is super important because there's certain tools that do everything. These tools are stacked with feature on feature. But if there's too much going on and it doesn't actually serve you correctly, then you're going to get lost in the sea of what its capabilities are and not actually implement it and use it for yourself. So I think simplification is such a key when it comes to having a tool or having a practice that helps you. Otherwise, you're just going to feel like it's too complex and walk away from it. I've definitely done that before. And I'm also big on the usability and how the UX feels. So if it looks and feels nice and easy to use, I think that's a big piece. When it's more user friendly, it allows for your decision making to be more intuitive and a lot more quicker. Instead of feeling a little overwhelmed with what that tool or what that hack can do for you, and then you probably procrastinate and step away from it because you're like, oh, I've got to learn something else in order to know how to use this. So simplification is very important. My third point is creating flow. Now, when I say this, I'm talking about the types of hacks that easily integrate into your current lifestyle. It's not this big change management that is required for you to be able to integrate it into your lifestyle currently. It should be a tool or a hack that you're currently doing just in a very different manner or in a way that doesn't use any tools. Maybe it's a lot more manual. And by adding this, it's going to create more flow and it makes all of the things that you need to do much easier to jump into. When a tool is able to adapt to you and suit into your lifestyle, it's going to be much easier to retain as well because you're not going to think, oh, like, I don't know how to use that and I feel comfortable there. So that's going to help me out in the long run. I'm going to keep coming back and then it builds into a habit, it builds into a routine. So for a hack to be helpful, it has to add flow into your routine. My next point is financial impact, meaning it should make you money. You should be able to generate more revenue through using these tools. These tools should be supporting you to create some form of another income stream. And we're going to definitely run through what those will be. And there's definitely two sides to this. There's the type of tools that actually directly help your financial impact, whether or not that's hosting a course or hosting like conversions, for example. And on the other end, you've also got those tools that just genuinely help free up more of your time to focus on the things that do generate you more income too. This is extremely important. Does it actually help you make more money? Now, my last point about what makes a hack helpful to you is, does it support our freedom? Does this ultimately help our end goal and allow us to free up more time and attention so that we can spend more quality time, even offline or doing the things that we absolutely love to do? This is so important because maybe a tool can be very useful in many other factors, but does this align with our end goal of creating more freedom in our lives? This might be in the form of creating more flexibility in your work. It might even be helping you just create a mindset of intentional living. And maybe it's just a great practice for you that allows you to align with your goals in general. Supporting freedom has to be what these hacks do for us. Otherwise, why use them at all? To wrap that up, I just wanted to say that the 33 hacks that I have curated for you absolutely tick all of these boxes. What we're going to do is actually break down into all of the categories that we have and make a video on each of those categories to break down each of the hacks in that. If you want access to that, it's just at www.juneaye.com/33hacks, and it's absolutely free. Let me know if they've been helpful to you. Okay? I hope that was helpful. If you like the vibe, please subscribe. I'm JuneAye, and I hope you have an amazing day. Ciao. Bye.